shit, I got a big head.
Bring it on, Ram.
Well, I kind of knew that. Hello there, welcome to Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Duncan Hyde. This is Jay Reeve. Good to be back with you. Good podcast today. And
Very good.
Weird but useful life hacks takes a real turn. In fact, for one of the first times ever, we're going to do a little bit of bleeping on one particular part. I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what goes on though.
Duncan will tell you how to turn a really salted chip into a very delicious meal for two. We talk at length about farts randomly throughout the entire podcast today.
Which is just pretty similar to probably the last one you listened to. We get called out for me having a bigger head than Jay. Someone was watching this on YouTube and said, I don't know, man, Dunk's fucking head looks bigger than Jay's. And he knows a thing or two about heads because he used to work in the military measuring out people's heads for hats. So we put that to the test as well.
If you were to match with the boss's daughter on Tinder, do you plough away or do you stay clear?
It could be career suicide, or you could really climb the ranks really, really fast. A Pulp Fiction musical. We talk weirdly about Russian migration birds, Russian birds migrating. I think we figured out what they're called. It's in there somewhere in the podcast.
Godwits.
That's it. And I caught up with my mortgage advisor today who had a fucking mad blowout on his jet ski. No, two.
Yeah. One of the greatest cases of the rarely spotted in New Zealand, but often hilarious if viewed, the Upper River human scorpion.
Oh, man. Absolutely does a number on himself. Also, as well, collab with Newfound Sunglasses. They're sick. We've gone for a super high-end collab for this one. $199. You can click on the link in the show notes because the pre-sales are on now.
Yeah.
There's a limited amount of pairs of those, but they are sick. They're sort of Ray-Ban Wayfarers. I said it in one of the earlier podcasts. One went through the wash. I also stood on them, bent them out of shape, bent the metal bit back, and they didn't even break, so they go good.
If you thought the Wayfarer couldn't be improved upon, well, you're wrong. We have with this one. Dimensions, it is the Dunc that you are purchasing, and they are opened up. Basically, everyone will know about them tomorrow on Sniper's Nightmare. So you being the Sniper Elite, you get first suck of that salve, so fucking go well and go long.
Enjoy the potty.
This is Jay and Dunc's Not For Radio. Please don't leave bags unattended and collect all possessions at the end. Thank you.
Who wants a funny yarn? Turn that on silent. So this morning I was catching up with my mortgage advisor, the legendary Josh Farry. Maybe I shouldn't have said, I won't say his business. Is this Sniper Elite? It is, eh?
Yeah, it is. No, fuck it. It's great.
Fuck it. He's got a great mortgage lending business.
He's got a great finance business, full stop.
Yeah, he absolutely crushes. Anyway, so we're sorting out some shit for home loans rolling over or whatever and the move in a couple of months' time. And he's like, took the jet ski out in the weekend. They went up the Puhoi River, which is a river that runs up from a main beach in Auckland, and you can get all the way up to pretty close to a historic pub.
Pretty much. You get the Riverhead Tavern, you can basically park at the bottom of it and you walk up into it.
Yeah.
Oh, he went the other way, Puhoi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or maybe he did do the Riverhead.
Riverhead, you can actually park up and there's a jetty.
I think it's Puhoi. Redundant anyway. So he's fanging along and he's giving it max chickens on his jet ski. His mate's there too. And they get up to this point and the tide's going out, so there's less and less water in there, and there's a bit of a sandbar. His mate goes left. He didn't think anything of it. He goes right, and all of a sudden, before he knows, it's just like poof. He fucking stops, and he's lucky he was standing up, and he goes flying over the front of the jet ski. The jet ski stops fucking completely still and gets left behind him. He fucking smashes into the water. Comes up, he's got fucking stars and shit everywhere. And he's just like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Looks back at his jet ski, it's 15 meters behind him. He's fucking cartwheeled through the air. Luckily landed in the water.
What, how much water did you have? Fucking 20 mils?
About 60 centimetres, so not enough. And so he's a bit rattled after that. He's like, oh, I'll take it a bit easier on the way back after. And he's fucking sort of filling in his mate sort of thing. And he's fanging along, and there's all these ducks lift off the water. And he's like, oh, this is a bit of fun. We'll fucking race the ducks, see if we can race some of them down. And so they're fanging along flat stack, and his mate's in front of him, and he's like, and the ducks are peeling off left and right, and there's one left in front of him that's holding fast. He's like, fuck, how fast is this duck?
They go 100 k's an hour.
Yeah, well, okay, well, he was giving it maxies, and so the thing lifts off the water a little bit at eye height, and then he just feels his entire face get covered in wet stuff, and then he's realised that it's fucking shat himself at eye height, doing about 70 clicks into his face. And he fucking takes his hand off the accelerator, slows down, and just having to shovel water on his face. He reckons he almost seen his arsehole open up and unleash on him. He's
This is a
like,
big wink, eh? G'day, mate. Boots.
just drop the bomb.
That's a great...
Heavy artillery up its sleeve. He's like, now's the time.
Yeah, she's getting close. He's getting close. He's in the locked on.
Ducks 1, Josh 0.
Yeah, I never knew how quick they went, but yeah, that was the Till, who's basically the duck father. He was saying that they move at like 100 clicks. Like they fucking get up and go. The teals are the ones that come in real hot.
They must do
level.
115 or something.
Yeah, they are on the wing. Those things are moving.
Me and Dixie were chatting the other week. Forgot to bring this up, actually. It was about, you know those birds, I forget what the name of them are. There's heaps of them different places in the world, but basically they migrate from the bottom of the earth up to Russia and back.
Big heron.
No, not heron. No. What the fuck are they called? Anyway.
How big are they? What do they look like? Explain.
They're small. They're probably
I'm an ornithologist.
30 centimetres wide. They're white. It doesn't really matter. It's redundant. But they do this every year. And
Not a plover.
No. It's redundant, Joe.
Dotterel?
No. Maybe a dotterel.
Dotterels are pretty tiny.
Yeah, anyway, so it flies. There's some that fly from near our batch, top of the South Island, and fly all the way to Russia, and they come back there every year. And they track some that go from Africa up to Russia every year. And they make the trip in like 2 weeks. They stop very rarely. They'll drop down and get some water, and then fucking up they go, and they go again. They know how to navigate around storms and stuff. Anyway,
so impressive.
It's unreal. And me and Dixie were like, actually, what would happen if, like, say the bird's flying in a flock, and the rest of them get wiped out, or for whatever reason, like the flock gets wiped out, and then there's one left. Would it make it there by itself? Because they go to the exact same location.
I reckon because it's almost peloton travel. And that's why the cans all fly in the big flying V, and then they switch around and they continually change who's leading. They all fucking know where they're going. Because that's the migratory pattern which is ingrained in them. They've got their own GPS built into them. So that's if you're born, like you're, say for example, you are the offspring of one of those things. They're born at an exact date which basically has them set to fly on the day that they up and fuck off. And they're just hardwired in. They'd follow probably the pack for the first time, and then every time after that, they know exactly where they're going. If you said to my missus, how do you explain how you get to the mountain from Auckland? She would fucking battle, I reckon. She really would. And I mean that with the utmost respect.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to chuck it into Pish because she had quite an interesting answer. Okay. Right, so we're talking about this the other week. Can you just retell the facts in and around those birds that migrate from one side of the earth up to Russia and then back down again? How they do it? Have the, I don't know, biologists worked it out?
Oh,
You're probably referring to a species of migratory bird called the bar-tailed godwit.
Godwits.
Laponica. These birds are truly remarkable and perform the longest non-stop migrations of any known bird species. Bar-tailed godwits breed in the Arctic regions of Europe, Asia, and North America, and then migrate to the southern hemisphere for the winter. Some of these birds undertake a mind-boggling journey of more than 11,000 kilometers, 7,000 miles, from Alaska to New Zealand and Australia, flying non-stop over the Pacific Ocean for 8 to 9 days. As for how they manage such an incredible feat, scientists believe that bar-tailed godwits have several adaptations that allow them to make these long-distance flights. For example, they have a highly efficient metabolism that allows them to convert fat stores into energy more efficiently than other bird species. They have specialized flight muscles that are highly resistant to fatigue. They have a unique wing shape that allows them to glide for long distances with minimal effort.
I was going to say.
Is that it?
Sorry.
Oh, no. Well, how do they do it? How do they know where they're going?
That's a great question. Scientists have studied migratory birds for many years and have come up with several theories about how they navigate over such long distances. Magnetic navigation. Birds have been found to have a special protein in their eyes that allows them to sense the Earth's magnetic field. which can help them orient themselves in the right direction. Celestial navigation.
What?
Birds may use the positions of the sun, stars, and moon to help them find their way. Visual landmarks. Birds may use landmarks like mountains, rivers, and coastlines to help them navigate. Olfactory navigation. Some evidence suggests that birds may use their sense of smell to detect chemical cues in the air that help guide them to their destination. Genetic memory. Some scientists believe that birds may inherit a mental map of their migration route from their parents, which helps them navigate even if...
Well, it's all good stuff. What I was just thinking...
Very impressive, though.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, just from a tiny-ass bird like that. What I was thinking is, like, maybe Lance Armstrong should have been hooking into some godwit blood.
It's funny you should mention that. I was like, how long until we synthesize the muscle fibers that they've got as, you know, their flight muscles, because they can obviously withstand huge ATP, ADP cycles.
Oh, yeah.
And just fucking get up and go.
Get it, do it, I'll watch it.
FYI, this is the mother hecking greatest.
This one here has been sent through to us by good old Westy Lee. This is, I don't know if you knew this was coming out, Jay, but Pulp Fiction, the musical.
Incredible.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. 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 Does he look like a bitch? What? One more goddamn thing. Does he look like a bitch? What? One more goddamn thing. Does he look like a bitch? What? One more goddamn thing. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. English motherfucker, do you speak it? Say what again? English motherfucker, do you speak it? Say what again? This is a tasty burger. Whopper, whopper, whopper. What? English motherfucker, do you speak it? I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You know, they, well, I think it might have been last year, there's a whole bunch of musicians, Kiwi musicians, it was like Quarter, She Had,
There's Devil Skin as well. And
that did the soundtrack of Pulp Fiction.
That's right.
In an evening. Like,
they
basically.
did Led Zepp 4 the year before, I think it was.
It's fucking awesome. Great concept too.
I still fucking hate musicals.
When was the last time you went to one? And when you say musical, do you mean like a stage performance, or do you mean like a
for
musical?
example,
like,
I tried to watch the Wicked movie and I found a humongous pile of shit. And then I also battled through Mufasa a little bit. Like, there was parts of Mufasa that was sweet, then I just started singing.
What about Moana?
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one. I can put up with the first one, but it's probably because it's background noise because the kids have watched it 100 times.
What about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Not very believable.
It's not a fucking documentary.
There's a kid catcher in that thing. It
It's terrifying.
That has been cancelled. What's he doing with the kids once he catches them?
Oh shit! Oh, but that's the earliest incarnation of the fucking white van.
Yeah. They got a little bit more inconspicuous as time went on.
Yeah. They're like, this is really sticking out. That guy's a real weird looking fucker. They'll find him in no time.
Hello, champions. You are listening to Not For Radio.
Time for a war story. My computer's about to die, so I'll dive in here with one from Australia under the category of dating. Fellas and fellettes, some years back I started a new job and had a bit of a reputation for getting amongst the ladies. The boss knew about it, and one day when he came into the crib room at lunch, he spotted me on Tinder. What's Tinder, he asked. Well, it's is it like a dating site? Nah, it's more like a fuck site, I responded.
All right.
With that, he sits down next to me and I start swiping the rightening. Seconds into it, he says, hey, I know that one. And me thinking he's pulling my leg, say, yeah, right. He responds, give me your phone for a second, and proceeds to pull his out, make a call, then give hell to the person whose profile I'm looking at. What the fuck are you doing on Tinder? He rages. It's just a joke. The girls put it up, I hear in response. I grab my phone back and have a look, and the other guys in the crew are instantly watching intently. I look at the profile and realise that she shares the same last name as my boss!
Oh, shit.
I've somehow inadvertently stumbled across my boss's daughter on Tinder while he's sitting next to me in the crib room. No, not one to waste an opportunity, and whilst the other boys are now in stitches realising what's going on, I shout out to the boss so his daughter can hear through the phone, "Hey, hook me up!" The boys lose it even more. He's got the shits and she's trying to get out of a bloody awkward phone call with her dad. He leaves the crib room and life carries on. It gets better though. Later in the arvo, I'm starting to pack up for the day, sweeping the floor, and he opens the upstairs office window looking for someone, spots me and pauses for a moment before he says, finger pointed at me, "You don't fuck my daughter." To which I laughingly replied, "No worries. I've learnt not to shit where I eat. But that said, if I suddenly become unemployed, she's fair game." He spat chips for a bit, then slammed the window closed, and that was that. Later in the Arvos, we're all gathered together ready to leave. One of the boys was standing off to the side looking at the sky. One of the other guys says, "Hey, what are you looking at?" And he replied, "It's a nice day, isn't it? A nice day to be on Tinder." The boys lost it again. The boss went a few shades of red and told us to go home, and off we went. To this day, I don't know if threatening to fuck my boss's daughter was a smart move or not, but by all accounts, I was the longest serving person in that role I had, so I think it worked. Have a good one, boys, and say hi to your mums for me.
Oh, that's
more like a fuck app.
I love that situation with blowout shit, eh? It's like, wow, you would not read about this.
The number of times that people that I know that are on Tinder, chicks that are on Tinder, will send a screenshot of me in the profile pic.
Oh, yeah, people keep using you, eh?
No, but it's photos that people have got with me somewhere, and they've put that up as one of their
big
pics.
Fish.
Well, yeah, but it's like, if you put up, I reckon that this should be disallowed. Like, if you should put any photo up that is more than two people in it, because often I've had mates that are on it, basically just, once again, trying to find the meaningful one-night relationship, and there'll be 5 photos, and every single one of the photos is a group of chicks and different girls, but you have to go through and super sleuth to see which ones are, like, just by a process of elimination. Yep, she's in both those photos. Oh, yes, she's now in all 3. Oh, she's not the 4th one. Fuck. Back to the start. That one, 2 for 2, 3 for 3. Fuck, not that one either. Like, it's like, what a fuck around.
Also, worth noting, you know how we go to at work events or whatever, and there's lots of people. We, more than happily take photos with a bunch of people, and then I don't know what they do with them, but
they laminate them, put them in the shower, and masturbate heavily to them.
No one's ever done that. That's a weird fantasy.
I fucking guarantee I know one person who's done that to you. She has photos of you through her house.
Okay, well, enough about that.
She does. Showboss Teagues, fuck, she does, eh? Don't lie.
She'll be listening to this.
Really?
What? Why wouldn't she be?
Oh, you're true.
Anyway, get
Great to have you all the way from South Africa.
So there's nothing to stop us getting photos of, for example, with a murderer. Like, imagine that.
Yeah.
Someone that's fucking out on bail, goes and murders someone, turns up to an event. Maybe they haven't been found out for the murder or whatever. This is a very far-fetched situation, hypothetical situation I'm throwing at you. And then we're there with the murderer, and then our mugs will be all through the newspapers just being like, Jay and Dunc, get a photo of the murderer. Like, there would be some people that have done bad shit, and we've had photos of them.
That guy that had the eyebrows that shot that dude over in the States.
What?
People have photos of him. I mean, the famous guy. What's the guy that shot the head of the health insurance bill?
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
For a minute there, you didn't really narrow it down. You said the guy with the eyebrows. I was like, fuck, there's quite a few people on planet Earth with eyebrows.
Not fucking eyebrows like this. That was a dead set giveaway. If I'd done what he did, the first thing going would be those fucking eyebrows.
Or they just a McDonald's
Jesus
logo.
Christ, a couple of fucking monarch caterpillars parked up on his fucking forehead. Idiot. But yeah, there was photos that when they were circulating that, it was him with other people. And they obviously blurred their faces out. But
yeah, you'd say that. And there'd be fucking the dog news agency that doesn't. There's always one that doesn't with those photos.
As Jay mentioned, growing up on a farm, yes.
Had a message overnight from Dean Herbert. Jay, I think you might like this one.
David.
David, sorry.
David.
Hang on.
David
I'm 10 pints deep watching NFR on YouTube. We're available on YouTube now, guys. I'm looking at a bit of bullying on telly and wheels. Dunk's head looks equal to, if not bigger than Jay's. Being ex-military, anything above a 58 cap was deemed a big head. 62, and you're a big fucking gable end. Let's get some measurements. Let's do this. Teagues, we got that measuring tape.
What have you got? Oh, here it is here.
Okay, cool. Do you want to do the measuring teagues,
I
or
was,
shall I do it?
I was looking at it going, what the fuck is that doing in here?
Can we,
had the conversation 10 minutes ago.
Have some dramatic music for the reveal. Hats
Can you
off.
use one of these?
You might need sunglasses, guys. I'm taking my hat off. Welding mask.
Hat fishing, eh?
And we go just above the eyebrows and above the ears.
Above the eyebrows, above the ears, and then to the back of the crown, which is a little bump on the back of the head. I reckon Teague's going to fuck this up.
Does it look straight?
74?
Does it look straight, Jay?
Yeah, it won't matter. It's fucking much of a muchness.
62.
62!
Oh, shit. I got a big head.
Bring it on round.
Well, I kind of knew that. But, okay, because he's seen lots of different sizes of heads. So, being ex-military, anything above 58
62.
was deemed a big head. I got a big head.
Yeah.
So, I'm right on the his measurement
the
of
cuspy.
a big fucking gable end. 62. Now I'm interested. What do you think you're going to come in at?
I'm pretty sure the last time I measured my head, it was like 66.
It's not that much bigger.
What?
It's enough to be a pain
What
in
is
the
it? Or
ass
maybe more.
for hats.
64.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
wow,
bad.
yeah.
Couple of big fucking gables.
So
you
spot
go.
on. You know your head size, David. Thank
Well
you very
done.
much. Here,
It does. My hat's fuck. When I'm wearing, what's the back of your hat there though?
let's put you put
See,
my
look.
hat on now, and I'll put yours on. Maybe who knows? In centimeters makes a fucking huge
Well,
difference.
no,
for hats.
you're running 3. I'm running 2.
Oh, it's not that loose.
Yeah, well, that's not going on.
Man, I look sick in your hat, eh?
Tuck the ears in
Why do people do that, eh?
for speed. Clearly.
Funny how you can put someone else's clothes on and just like not suit it at all. I can't pull that off.
Yeah.
Too used to see myself in a fucking flat peak bogan.
On the
hat.
floppy conductor's head.
Just found this pod, and as Gandhi rightly said, better late than pregnant.
This one here's been simmering away on Sniper's Nightmare, and it was an anonymous member, but funny nonetheless. Can we start a weird but useful life hacks thread? I'll start. Sick of stinking out the shower with hot, steamy shower farts. Spread them cheeks and make sure you have a good stream of water running directly over your bunghole. Don't know why it works, but it does.
It
Anyway,
doesn't.
happy Friday. Cheerio.
Any water running over your ass stinks. Like if you cup your ass, fill it up with water and go and do the outboard in the shower, it fucking reeks.
You haven't done a wee outboard for a while. Didn't someone shit themselves after we told them to do that? I'm sure we told them to do that on the radio, and then they're like, fuck you guys, I shat myself into my hand.
Speaking of farts, I told Dunk this the other night. I don't know what was going on. My guts have been all over the joint. Antibiotics fucking destroy me. So I've been trying to rebuild my gut microbiome. So the first thing I have as soon as I get out of bed in the morning is like spicy kimchi.
Oh, yeah.
And then like a thing of sauerkraut, and then I fucking let it chill for ages and let that just fucking fester away inside my guts. Anyway, it's been really, really good. And on top of that, I've just been throwing slabs of fucking great meat, free range fucking grass fed meat. Anyway, so this is my gut's trying to balance itself back out at the moment. So the other night, Mrs. climbs into bed, and just prior to that, I just fucking absolutely ripped out like a 10-second 5-octave fart, which is some of my best work. But it was still kind of trapped under the blankets, and I didn't know that it was going to fucking hum. Anyway, she hopped into bed, slid in next to me, and I rolled over to whisper sweet nothings in her ear and just get her primed up for a little bit of a wasting. And lo and behold, she was like, fuck me, is that your breath? Oh my God, because she'd heard me fart. And she fucking started dry reaching and had to go to the bathroom. And I was laughing so hard I woke the kids up down the hall in the next room.
There's some, I mean, the ones that are just super hot, they're going to be nasty. Also, the ones that smell a bit more pooey, there's probably something that you need to go and do in the toilets.
Well, this, I'd also whacked a big sweet and sour
That's right.
tom yum soup.
Yeah.
And so that really, really fucking did a mischief.
So back to the thread. It was weird but useful life hacks. So this one here is from Martin. OXO cubes
Yes.
can be crushed in their own wrapper before tearing a small hole off the edge, allowing the powder to evenly sprinkle rather than getting on your fingers. Man, though, when you're trying to do an OXO cube for beef stock or whatever, they just take so long to fucking melt down, dissolve.
But you should always break them up. I didn't know that was not a known thing.
Nah.
The smack it and
Yeah. No, so I learned something. Jay didn't, but
Yeah.
he knows how to cook pinwheels for sixth formers.
Yeah, I don't mind Oxo. They used to be in the survival kit you'd take to camp. Couple of matches dipped in candle wax just so they don't get wet. Load them up.
If we get stuck out here, guys, at least we'll have the taste of beef in our mouth.
Yeah,
It won't be beef, but
we'll have fuck all water. We'll have an Oxo cube, some wax covered candles, and because we're 7 years old, we'll just panic and probably fucking fritter out and die.
yeah. Shane says if you want a day drink and you have a Zoom call, drink it out of a mug and occasionally blow over the top so other people in the call think you're having a hot drink.
Has the statute of limitations gone long enough where Dunk almost got banned from flying in Air New Zealand because he filled up a coffee cup with red wine?
Well, that was on your advice. It was the worst advice ever.
Jeez.
And the worst bit was I was trying to be helpful. I could have left it in the seat in front of me, but I was like, oh, fuck, I'll help them clean up, and chucked it in there. And she goes... and just whips the top
Well,
off
no,
it.
because the top's not compostable. So they pull the lid off, so they stack the cups. And that's why you come unstuck. You just go, I haven't finished it. You hold on to it and you bin it when you walk off the plane.
Information I could have used when that happened, and I almost got banned. She was like, you're breaking
so
civil aviation law. And I was like, here comes the fun police again.
Which I find to be rather, and this is nothing against our national carrier.
Yeah,
but
what?
they do fucking happy hour flights. And they get steam piss on that. I've been loaded on one of those flights.
Also, the last thing I want to do when I'm drunk is try and figure out how to fly a plane. Fucking admin. David Marshall says, if you like thin slices of cheese, then use a potato peeler to cut the slice off the block instead of a knife.
Yeah. Once again, who likes thin slices, though? Fucking go all in.
Yeah, you want to cut it off with a couple of mil, right? Here we go. Sam Sproat says, in a pinch, Tide Pods are a great nutritious snack. The best way to avoid a hangover is to never stop drinking. Same as tossing your phone in rice if you put it in water. If you put it in too much water in your rice, though, toss your phone in it. Whoops, I got water damage. Buy a plunger before you need a plunger. Trust me on this one.
That is a
That's
great
from
piece
Tom.
of advice.
A cure for hiccups, which no one believes me for the last 30 years. Still
Is
trying.
the upside down drink?
Take a mouthful of water and hold it in your mouth. Put your fingers in both ears to plug the ear holes. Now gulp and swallow the water. It feels weird, but hiccups are no more.
Yeah.
Could be some merit to
Because
that.
it's called, the part in which is causing you to hiccup is called the epiglottis. And it's an obstruction or an irritation to the epiglottis.
That's the dick thing hanging down at the end of the throat.
No, it's the flap that goes between
the
flap that goes between your esophagus and your.
Also, as well, I've been thinking about that little flap for a while. What a job it does, eh?
Fuck yeah.
It's just popping up when you need to breathe. It'll fucking rock over when you're going to swallow some food.
Yeah.
It knows. It goes like, that deliciously light and fluffy pavlova is not air. Thump, and chucks over so you can swallow the light and fluffy cake.
I always think of it like on the tops, like the exhaust stacks on like a fucking Kenworth. You know, they just go brrrt, and then the top comes up. So then there's some exhaust.
Josh says, lighting your farts on fire eliminates all the smell.
Yes.
You got to just be tricky when you do that.
Yeah, but it's a little, you can't really get away with doing that in a cinema either.
Fuck, here we go. That's from Ben. Not mine, but a friend at work. Sure, mate. Instead of going on Tinder or other dating apps, he goes on Facebook Marketplace and searches for wedding dresses, guarantees singles, and you can search by dress size. Oh, my God. What are you up to? It's like just as outrageous as fucking wedding crashes, eh? Yeah. He's at a funeral.
But that
Death is nature's aphrodisiac. It's
Yeah.
like shooting fish in a barrel.
If you were to, I mean, how many people fit into their wedding dress though? You know?
Yeah, well, this is a fair
Have
point.
you, I mean, if I was
Are you
to,
saying it needs to be, you need to see something in the description saying it's a recent wedding dress?
Yep, I reckon it's probably 3 months or less. That I only say that because I tried to peel myself into my wedding suit, and I was by no means small then. But I was much smaller than I am now.
Isn't it fucking depressing getting
Oh,
an
it
old
is.
suit out of the bloody wardrobe and just being like, we are like over 5 or 6 centimetres away from doing the button up here. This ain't happening.
So Anna's got her wedding dress, which was you could imagine, an Anna Reeve wedding dress. It was fucking every single box ticked.
Oh, it would have been.
Came with a sunroof, optional extra mags, fucking full spoiler kit. She's fucking name stitched into the seat. You know,
Spotlights on the front.
Full fucking works, mate. Yeah, every single thing. And so she wore it on the wedding day and then got it dry cleaned and then put in like an acid-free paper fucking box, which has sat at my parents for, over 10 years now.
Yeah, it's a shame because it is super special. Like, that's a very important day in your life. But
beautiful wedding dress too. I've worn my suit, the pants of it anyway, a couple of times.
I've got it out to wear it a couple of times.
I get out thinking it's another suit that I've got, which is a similar colour. It turns out, doesn't fit me.
Extremely useful life hacks, Linda Mallard. This is fucking pretty long-winded, Linda. But anyway, instead of buying chocolate biscuits, buy a packet of normal digestives and some chocolate buttons. Put the chocolate buttons in the biscuits or on them and pop them under the grill. Voila. Could be cheaper, not too sure.
I would rather spend the 17 cents to get the actual ones that are chocolate dipped.
Back to the fart in the shower to get rid of the smell. Dominic Burgess says, followed your advice, nearly died. Yes, the running water was quite effective at eliminating the stench, curry and cider farts, but it made it sound like Donald Duck drowning in soup, and I laughed so much I slipped over. Now I am wedged in the narrow bit between the bath and the water's dammed and rising. My duck farts are getting amplified by the tub, and I can't breathe.
Well played.
Linda also says hide snacks under furniture. If you fall over, you'll have something to eat while waiting for help. That is a great hack for if you're a little bit older.
Very good. One of my favourites. We were recently over in Sydney for the big Sydney Powers party, and so my buddy, who's got a shop in one of the gnarliest parts of Bondi, drove up because we went to check it out. So he pulled up, and I was like, "Fuck me!" And this is in like a 5-minute loading zone sort of park. And he just goes into his fucking glove box, gets 3 tickets out, puts them under the windscreen wiper and fucking walks in. He goes, I'll leave it there all day. You see 3 on it, they're not fucking putting a 4th.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Okay, I'm going to read this out only because it's fucking outrageous, but we're going to need to beep some of this, okay?
Really?
Yeah.
Say it raw dog away.
This from Tom, a life hack. Turn ready salted chips into a prawn cocktail by finger blasting your missus first.
What are you fucking up to?
Even Teagues is laughing.
What a fuck up.
Oh, what a critter. Shit. We might end the podcast there.
I fucking think it's probably a good spot to finish.
All right, usual story legends. Share an episode with a mate. We appreciate you for spending some time with us. We know it's nice having other people that have got a crook sense of humour like us. We are on YouTube now. Tell your mates they can get amongst the Sniper Elite podcast as well for the price of a beer a month. I think it's all the admin. Yeah. Is there anything else?
The newfound sunglasses, link in the description. If there are any left, congratulations to those of you that have purchased a pair of our first collab. You are now the proud owners of a set of Dunks.
Yeah, they look slick, man. $199. Obviously, postage on top of that as well. And if you already heard that at the start of the podcast, then apologies.
Yeah.
We always get told to say stuff more often on this. And we fucking talk that much. I can never remember what was said.
Yeah. And also, you might have just listened to the first 5 minutes and gone, fuck this.
Well, you missed out on the homemade prawn cocktail then, didn't you? Your keyword is prawn cocktail. I send that through to the Not For Radio.
Fuck, it's just about backfired then.
Not For Radio Facebook page, size, address, and email is probably all we need. Maybe phone number as well if you can be bothered putting that in. Just slide into our DMs with prawn cocktail, and who knows, maybe you've put 2 and 2 together now. With all that beeping.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your Tuesday.